lot of people think that change happens over time, but it's a long, grueling process. And while in some instances that may be true, true change happens within every single decision that we make. And if that's the case, then what would happen if you dedicated 90 days solely to becoming the person you always wanted to be? Change starts with the simple things, the routines, the habits, the daily rituals. Those all shape your life. But in 90 days, you can build a life that's completely unrecognizable, but only if you believe it's possible. Your dreams are closer than you think. All it takes is the courage to start and to commit to the journey. And the journey, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. And it all starts with that first step. Have you ever just felt like you're just going through the motions? Like every single day just blends into the next and you're stuck in this cycle that never changes. And sometimes you just ask yourself, like, what if I could just start over? That's kind of how I've been feeling recently, almost like I've been drifting. But with it going into the last quarter of 2024, I really want to change that. Which, can we take a moment and just think about that for a second? It's the last quarter of 2024. It can happen so fast. If you just dedicate 90 days to yourself, you can completely change your life. So no matter what time of year it is for you, if you're feeling like you need a change or just a shakeup, then this is the video for you. And if you are like me and you are ready to dedicate 90 days to yourself and hitting your goals, this is a mentality I really want you to remember and to go into this with. It's something I've learned in the past from doing things like this. It's to just be excited. Don't think about how overwhelming it's going to be. Don't think about how tired you'll be or how hard the days may be. Think about all of the opportunities and the possibilities that are going to be on the other side of those really hard days, and that needs to push you forward. Today, we are going to prep and plan for our 90-day change, and I wanted to take you along with me. I wanted to romanticize this process by doing something I wanted to do for the entire summer, and I want to fit it in before it turns into fall and we put up all of our pumpkins. So I figured I would take you along with me, hopefully get you some inspiration to do the same yourself. Make yourself a coffee, put on your favorite show, or something that makes you happy. Go somewhere that makes you happy if you're wanting to do this, and just kind of write out your thoughts and go through these steps we're going to go through in this video. Like I said, have fun, put good energy into it, and don't focus on the tasks. Focus on the outcome, because I promise you the outcome is going to outweigh any hard day that you have to go through, and it's going to be worth it. Effectively change your life in 90 days, you really have to acknowledge where you are, because we can't move forward or better any part of our lives if we don't understand what we're trying to make better or improve and where we are currently. And this can be kind of a hard thing to do because it can be a little painful, because if you're not where you want to be, it can be hard to admit that to yourself. And whether it's circumstances that make you feel like you can't evolve into that person, or it's your own limiting beliefs, your own actions, and taking the responsibility of it being in your control, and it's just kind of hard to digest because our egos don't like to process that information. And that's something that I'm having to get very clear about in my life. So that is the first step with anything. So look at every aspect of your life, whether it is your career, your finances, your relationships, your spirituality, literally everything. And I want you to ask yourself, where am I now? Where do I want to go? And how can I bridge that gap? What makes you happy? What doesn't make you happy? Or even if you have obstacles in your life or your day-to-day that you feel like are holding you back, how can you plan around those or just react to them differently? So if there's something outside of you that you can't control, maybe that's a lesson you're gonna have to learn over these 90 days. And it's something I've continued to have to learn because I grew up in an environment where I didn't have a lot of control. Obviously as a kid you don't, but like it was just a very chaotic and at times unpredictable environment. You don't always have control over everything, and it's something I'm having to learn. The whole point of doing this is not to beat yourself up. It's to get as much clarity as you can so you can make the best decisions moving forward. If you don't take away anything else from this video, take this, is that if you're not where you want to be, it is absolutely okay. Do not beat yourself up over it, because things happen and you learn lessons, but what's not okay is not doing anything about it. So now that I have my little picnic basket all ready to go, I'm so excited to go to this very particular spot because it is beautiful outside. It feels like fall for where I am. Humidity is low today, the sun is out. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my picnic basket and let's head out.
Blue dew, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dew, bad mood, sort of whippy and jaded, but let's not talk about you.
This might seem like such a simple thing. If we really think about it, how many simple things do we want to do and just never make the time to actually do them? And I bet your answer is quite a bit. I'm sure you had a lot of things come to mind. I know that I did. Being in Charleston, we have these amazing old oak trees, and I just wanted to come pitch a little picnic underneath one of these trees, grab my book and my journal, some fresh fruit, and just get lost for a little bit in myself. So this is your sign to do those little simple things you've been putting off. And this is gonna lead us into our second step for our 90-day reset. So basically what we wanna do is get a clear vision on where we want to go. What I really like to ask myself is, if it's at the very end of the 90 days and I'm talking to my future self and I ask her, what did you do to get here? That is going to help me think about how I can reverse engineer from there. And those are the steps that you need to take within these 90 days. You can also start with a 1-year goal and then also work back from there, just to make sure that your 90-day goal is going to incorporate with where you see yourself in a year from now. And when you're coming up with these goals, do not do any more than 3, because if you do more than 3, you're going to get so overwhelmed, and then you're going to look at this 90-day reset or 90-day challenge and you're going to say, nah, I'm done. So just go for no more than 3 and focus on those for these next 90 days. And I promise you, you will see the biggest transformation that you've seen in quite a long time. So on this step, make sure you're having fun and romanticizing it, whether it's having a picnic for yourself or going to a cozy cafe, something that's gonna get you inspired and in a really good mood, because this vision that you're crafting is going to be a foundational step to get you closer to that life that is light and airy and that you're so excited to live every day you wake up.
Not blue. Not blue. Not blue.
So now that we have identified exactly where we are currently and then got very clear on where it is we want to go, it's time to bridge that gap by creating a plan. And the way I love to organize my 90-day plan is by using the 12-week year. I just really like the 12-week year because you can hit so many different aspects of your life. It's not just solely focused on fitness or solely focused on work. It can be a trifecta, which I like, and I feel like that's what I need at the moment. So that is what we're going to do. I've done the 12-week year before. There is a book about it as well. It's a really good book. I definitely recommend reading it. You don't have to read it to do the 12-week year. So the 12-week year is this concept of fitting in the goals you would set for yourself in 1 year within 12 weeks. So instead of measuring your years in 12 months, you're measuring them in 12 weeks. And it's just nice to like know, okay, if I just keep pushing for this longer, keep pushing to this longer, do my best, show up every single day, and by the time I get to this day or this point, I'm going to be in such a better spot. And it helps you so much on those hard days because you can see the end. And I highly suggest using a physical tracker because this is how you're gonna see the progress that you're making. So on those days where you feel like you are stuck in the mud, nothing is happening, you're putting in effort, and there is just literally nothing happening, you can go back to this and say, okay, well, I'm proud of showing up for this workout. I'm proud of myself for doing this work task 5 days a week. I'm proud of myself for waking up at this certain time. You know, you have to be so proud of yourself for the things you did show up for, even if you're not seeing the results yet. So I'm gonna show you the Notion template that I'm going to use. If you're a Notion girly, you're going to love it. I love the way this one tracks your status and your progress. I will link it in the description box below. I literally kid you not, Maddie is eating again. Oh my god. If you watch my videos, you know my cats eat every time I film, and it's always the hard food, so it's like crunch, 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 crunch in the background. I don't know if you can hear her. Hopefully not over my big mouth. That's just what happens here. Anyway, we're gonna get into the Notion template. So this is the 12-week year template that I have, and I've customized it to what I like. So I changed the cover photo. I love this beachy sunset, just makes me so happy. So this here at the top is where you can focus on all of your goals, and these are the areas that I'm choosing to focus on. And like I said, try not to choose more than 3 because any more than 3 is just a lot. So we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. So I chose YouTube, health and fitness, and manifestation. And then within those, I set goals to hit within those areas of my life. So for YouTube, I want to hit 10K YouTube subscribers. For health and fitness, I would love to lose 10 pounds and build some muscle. And with manifestation, I just uploaded a video about my simple manifestation routine, and I want to just really dial that in even more and lock it in. So just making sure I do it every single day for 12 weeks is going to be a big goal of mine. And you can also write your aspirations. So here you could even put like affirmations if you wanted to. You could put like what this looks like, how this feels, and you can look at this all the time whenever you are opening up this page. And I love here he put the life progress. So we are 60% through the day, surprisingly. We are 66% done with the week, which it's a Friday, so that's right. Month, so we are 74% through the month, 58% through the quarter, and 65% through the year. Holy crap, that's wild. And here you have different tabs where you can see this table in different formats. So here you can see your goals, and these are the goals that I've set. And once you put in tasks for the goals, you'll see a tracker here. So if you've checked off certain things, like you'll see it change to the percentage of how close you are to that goal. And you can change your cover photos, you can upload your own. It's kind of cool how you can customize it and make it really cute. And if you open it up, you can have like a little page here, if it will load, there we go. So as you go through the weeks and put in your tasks, you'll be able to see all of it here, which is nice that it sums it up for you, and I think he did such a good job. And then this last tab is going to be your completed goals. So here is gonna be all of your accomplishments by the time you are done with your 90 days or 12 weeks. Now we're gonna scroll down to the tasks list. So I've already put in a few things here. What I love so much about this is, for one, how easy it is to customize your weeks, because you're not gonna have the same week every single week. This way you're able to plan it a lot easier, I feel like. And here, if you see where it says frequency, you're not always gonna do the same thing every single day all week. Like, for instance, posting one long form video. I'm not gonna do that every single day. You know, I wish I could, but at the moment I cannot. So I wanna do that once a week. That is my goal, is to do one upload a week of a long form video. So I picked the frequency to be 1 time, and say my upload day is usually a Sunday. So as long as I upload on a Sunday, it'll be 100% complete. And the one I was using before, I had to like check all the boxes and be like, oh yep, I uploaded one time this week, but I gotta check all the boxes to get to 100%. Like, you don't have to do that. Like here, below this, I have post 3 shorts. So as long as I post, you know, Friday, Wednesday, Monday, I totally set that backwards, but you get the point, then it's complete. If I did 2, 67% complete. So it's just a lot more accurate, which I love. I'm gonna uncheck these because this did not happen quite yet. And then you have a due date here of when the week is up, when all of this is due, so you can again see a deadline within the deadline, if that makes sense, and really keep you on track. So you'll add a new task. So for here, let's say for my health and fitness goals, it's gonna be, I don't know, let's see, 10K steps a day. And that's gonna be for, you pick the goal here, so that's gonna be for losing weight and building muscle. And I'm gonna do that 5 times a week. And it's gonna be due, let's see. So it's currently August 23rd, and it's due by September 1st, so next Sunday. But that's basically what I'm going to do to organize my 90-day plan, or my 12 weeks. You can also see it as a calendar if you wanted to. Don't really prefer this layout, but you could also do a board so you can see week 1 everything, week 2, week 3, week 4. You get the gist, but I think that this is the best way to see it, the most detailed, and I feel like it's just going to be a lot more effective. So that is that part, and if we scroll down even more, we'll see reflections. So here you can write exactly how that week went, and if you open up the page, it asks you, what did you get done this week and what did you fail to do this week? And it's really nice to have this reflection to see where you need to improve. Maybe you realize that you thought you had to do something particular for a certain area, and then after a week you're like, oh, I totally don't need to do this, or I don't have time for this. Then you can make those modifications. So that's really what I love, is just really making sure you're checking in with yourself every week, and is just really nice. I really appreciate that. So this is the Notion template that I'm going to use and how I'm going to organize all of my goals for the next 12 weeks. And you can really pull bits and pieces from this and create your own way of tracking this. And I hope that this was something that gave you some inspiration and some idea on how to lay out this vision and really formulate the steps to get to your goals, because I know that it can feel overwhelming and like quite a lot. So just being able to have an organized way to lay it all out is so crucial, and one that's a system that you can stick to. I will have this Notion template linked in the description box below. He has so many great Notion templates. I highly suggest checking out his little shop. They're very affordable, and I just, again, really love the detail he puts into this. And the very, very last step is execution. Keep the outcome in your head and do not just focus on the task. There's gonna be days where you don't wanna get out of bed. You have to remember why you're doing this. And that's why it's so important to paint that picture for yourself and envision yourself 90 days from now. And that's why I love this template so much, is because it's such a reliable, simple system that no matter how I feel, I know that if I show up and I check off what I need to check off, at the very least of what I can do, then I know I took steps towards my goals and I know I pushed the needle forward that day. That is going to wrap up today's video. I hope this gave you some clear direction if you're feeling stuck or feeling like you just need a change, or you just want to end the year on a bang, start the year on a bang. Maybe you're in the middle of the year now watching this and you're like, oh, it's time to kick it up a notch. So I really hope this video helped you out. I hope this gave you some inspiration. Remember to take it step by step and do what you align with, do what excites you, and do what feels really good, because that is putting you in alignment with the universe and with all of your desires. Because as humans, we're only happy whenever we're seeing progress, and this is a really great way to get that clarity and really get those stepping stones that push you towards that direction of where you want to go. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Again, thank you so much for being here. You've got this. I believe in you, and I will see you in my next video.